Bronx Halo here. It's 11 as I'm recording this, so the energy is a little bit lower. But it's Bronx Halo here, or you could call me Baltimore Halo this video. I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan, and today I will be giving my opinion on who I believe will win the Super Bowl and the NFL playoffs. Now I got a quick confession to make before I make this video. Y'all follow me on Insta, Twitter. Y'all know that I'm not a Ravens fan actually. I'm a New York Giants fan. My name is Bronx Halo after all, but Lamar Jackson has been my favorite player ever since his MVP season in 2019, so I root for the Baltimore Ravens as well. I even made a song about Derrick Henry on his birthday.
Wave your hands from side to side and say, oh, I believe in King Henry.
So today, as a biased Ravens fan, who is also a casual and I only watch Ravens game, I don't even watch Giants games because they'll just lose, I'm gonna give my opinion on who's winning the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna give two predictions in this video. I'm gonna give my actual authentic playoff predictions and my playoff predictions with curses taken into account. So first I'm gonna go with the cursed playoff prediction. So in the first round AFC, we have the Buffalo Bills going up against Bo Nix's Denver Broncos. Clearly we know the Buffalo Bills will win that one. Then we have the division rival matchup, the Pittsburgh Squealers going up against the Baltimore Ravens. Me personally, I hate the Pittsburgh Squealers, and I believe that Baltimore got it handled. I love Wiz Khalifa though, but I just hate the Pittsburgh Squealers. I know Pittsburgh had Baltimore's number for a while. They've been beating us for a while, but Baltimore recently did win their last matchup. That was Lamar's first matchup at home as well, and that game felt like a turning point for the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens, they're finally playing their best ball. They're finally at the top of their powers. I feel like they just got stronger as the season went by. And I feel like Pittsburgh, losing their last 5, they've been falling apart too. So I got Baltimore winning. This will be a fun game though. You know, these two division rivals, they can go at it. Got LA Chargers versus Houston Texans, two teams I don't give a fuck about. I haven't watched any of their games besides their matchups with the Ravens this year, because both of them did play the Ravens this year. I think the Chargers are just simply a better team. Jay Herbo, he's an amazing QB, and I think he got this handled. Now on the NFC side, we got two former Giants going at it with Xavier versus Saquon. Xavier of the Green Bay Packers, Saquon of the Philadelphia Eagles. Now me personally, I hate Saquon, but I really love Xavier. But Saquon got it today. The Eagles are just a better team. Then we got the Commies versus the Bucks. Two teams I also don't care about and haven't watched them outside of their matchups. I think the Bucks got this matchup as the Commies are new. Jay Deuce hasn't been in the playoffs yet, and I also think the Commies are frauds. They struggled mid-season and they struggled against teams that were above 500. Next, we got the Vikings versus the LA Rams, and I think the LA Rams is the most underrated team in the NFL and can make a deep playoff run. And I think the Rams, with curses in effect, end up winning. They've won a Super Bowl before. Cooper's staff are still playing great, and they will be back for more. Now we get into the second round. This is where the curses start really getting here. The first curse was when the Vikings lost and the Rams won. So, well, there's no curse allowing the Vikings to lose, but still. Now for Buffalo versus Ravens, this is a crazy matchup. It could go either way, but here's where a curse comes to effect. If you win the MVP, you don't win the Super Bowl. Both of these teams have the top 2 MVP candidates, a really close battle between Josh and Lamar. I think Lamar will win the MVP, hence Lamar will lose this game and the Bills live on to see another day. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention Kansas City versus LA, but Kansas City is better than LA, so they will win. And in the NFC, the Rams get the revenge on the Lions that beat them last year by 1 point in the first round for their first playoff win in forever. The Lions don't win because if you win more than 15 games, you will not win the Super Bowl. 15 and up is cursed. It's impossible to win, it's cursed. Anyways, the Eagles win in the second round against Mayfield and Mevins because they are better. And finally, we got our championship games. For the AFC championship, we got Buffalo versus KC. KC won more than 15 games, so they are not allowed to be in the Super Bowl. So Buffalo gets it up here, and Eagles versus Rams ends in a Rams victory, because if a QB loses their first Super Bowl, they don't come back. So goodbye Jalen Hurts, welcome back Matthew Stafford. Then we got Buffalo versus Rams in the Super Bowl. This one I'm gonna give to the Buffalo Bills. Now let me tell you if curses really play out, this is probably what's gonna happen right here, what I'm about to explain. The Chiefs is gonna go to the Super Bowl again because, you know, fuck you. And then we see the Lions versus Eagles in the NFC Championship, but both Jalen Hurts and Jack Goff go down in that game and will be out for the Super Bowl. So we get to see the gift of Kenny Pickett and Teddy Bridgewater go at it to win the Jobber Bowl. The Eagles win because the Lions are cursed and they may never make a Super Bowl. Plus they won 15 games. Now we see Kenny Pickett in the bowl and he wins the Super Bowl because the Chiefs are not allowed to win the Super Bowl because they won 15 games. Saquon wins Super Bowl MVP and then everybody makes fun of the Giants on Twitter. That's probably what's gonna happen. That's my first prediction. Now for what I actually believe is gonna happen, here goes a wild card. Everything that I said earlier about the AFC, I retain them. The Ravens win, the Bills win, and the Chargers win. For the NFC, it's almost the same too, but I got the Vikings beating the Rams this time, even though I do think the Rams are truly underrated. And if they beat the Vikings, do not be surprised. Now in the AFC divisional round, I think the Ravens have the Bills number. Derrick Henry, he owns the Buffalo Bills and he already steamrolled them earlier this season. Then we got the Kansas City Chiefs. They still gonna beat the Chargers because they're just better than them. Although the Chargers got a bright future ahead, and I definitely do see them getting a Super Bowl out of Jay Herbo. NFC divisional round sees the Lions going up against the Vikings, and then they win in steamroll fashion just like they did in Week 18. Also, this is Sam Darnold's first time in the playoffs. Do be concerned about that because he had a big game last week against the Lions and then he fucking choked. So we haven't seen big game Darnold, but if he's a choker, damn, he might lose to the LA Rams. I trust big game Stafford and big game Cooper. They won the big game before in 2022. So, and then finally we got the Eagles beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they are better. Although it is important to note that Mayfield and Evans did kick their ass last year, but I believe the addition of Saquon gets them over the hump. AFC Championship, we see Ravens versus Chiefs. I think the Ravens win this one. The Ravens and Chiefs played each other week 1. I know a lot has changed since then, but that game told me that those teams did not play their best football that night. But when we see both of them at their best, which I think they will be, I genuinely believe the Ravens' dominant offense is enough to stifle the Chiefs, who have only scored above 30 once this year and has gotten a lot of help from the refs. It all depends on how good Patrick Mahomes plays because he hasn't been playing his best this year either. The Chiefs, if Patrick Mahomes doesn't get back to like 99 overall Mahomes, I'm not that high on them going into the playoffs. So now we move on into the NFC Championship. I have the Eagles winning this, but it could go either way. Today I'm going to go with the side of the curses against the 15-win teams and the Lions. I'm going to give it to Saquon and the Eagles, which leads to a Ravens versus Eagles in the Super Bowl. The top 2 running backs in the league with Derrick Henry and Saquon, and we got 2 bird teams. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the Eagles winning this one. As a Saquon hater, they beat us pretty good this year already, and I just think Saquon is going to go off and win Super Bowl MVP. Because that's just how it feels like to be a Giants fan in 2024. Saquon, you know, he earned the nickname Snakequan by being a snake going to the Eagles, and then now he's having his best season on the Eagles, and then nobody in the media will shut the fuck up about it. And then when he wins Super Bowl MVP, they're not gonna shut the fuck up about it either. Anyways, Jalen Hurts will break the Super Bowl debut curse because let's be for real. Jack Goff and Jalen Hurts both lost the Super Bowl. Do y'all really want to see Matt Stafford down there? Y'all want to see Sam Darnold down there? Because that might be what we get. But that's just going the side of the curses. I think Jalen Hurts will break the curse this year. And I think Saquon gets that Super Bowl MVP. Saquon's the best player on that Eagles team. Because Jalen Hurts breaks the Super Bowl debut curse, Lamar wins his first bowl the next year. Josh Allen, you can have 2026's, or 2027, I should say. And then Patrick Mahomes, I can see them having a Patriots-like dynasty, but keep in mind there was 10 years of no Patriots wins. I think Pat Mahomes had the longevity, but that's what I got for this video. Those are my predictions. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Goodbye.